Hello, I am Gianfranco Graniello, and today I'll be presenting my Module 3 assessment. My assessment will be on the market equilibrium, more specifically, the topic of supply and demand. So let us commence. Just move this. So the basics. There is a quantity demanded at each specific price of a good. So imagine I have a graph. In this graph, I'm going to have my quantity and the price of the given good. At each specific price point, it doesn't matter the price. It could be $1 billion, $1 trillion, it could be $1,000, it could be $100. There's going to be a specific demand, as at each demand, people are willing to buy a certain amount. So it must be noted that at a specific price point, there is going to be a specific quantity demanded. So that's something that contributes to equilibrium, and it's very important to remember. The second point, which is part of the basics that I write it, is that excess demand occurs when the firm cannot meet the quantity demanded at certain price for a good. So let's say that a firm has a very good good, like some shoes, some very popular basketball shoes. However, they put them at a very, very good price for the consumer's perspective. They put them at $40 per se. Actually, let's drop it. Let's put it at $30. So then everyone goes ballistic. They go to the stores. They're like, oh my gosh, I need to buy these shoes. I need to get them. And the firm can't meet the quantity demanded because the price is too low. So the firm does not meet the quantity demanded of this specific good, all because of this price. The price is too low. Equilibrium is where supply meets demand. What does this mean? So equilibrium is the perfect balance where the supply matches the quantity demanded by the consumer. So for example, let's say there's an equilibrium where there were at $50, the $50, the quantity demanded will not exceed and cause a shortage or a surplus. So there's also a thing called excess supply. When there is too much of a good due to specific price of a good not being able to draw enough demand by the consumer. So let's say the same pair of shoes are being sold, but however, they're being sold for $170. Consumers are significantly less likely to buy this good because they don't see the value in it. This causes a surplus of that good, which is bad for the company. This kind of deviates from the excess demand as this focuses more on the company's end. So now moving forward, let me just go to the next slide. We have some graphs to analyze. So the first graph I would like to visit is that this one right here in the bottom. This one I'm moving my cursor above. So this is just a simple supply and demand chart. So right here we see a perfect equilibrium price. Here we see that the supply matches the demand and there's no shortage or surplus that's being caused. This is perfect. This is what we seek whenever we're selling a good. We don't want to go over, we don't want to go under. Perfecto, right there. The quantity demanded is being met by the company and we're all good. However, here we're seeing a graph that analyzes excess supply. So this line demonstrates that at this price point, there's going to be an excess supply. The quantity demanded drops as we see. At equilibrium, the quantity demanded is 1800. However, at the excess supply point, we see that it drops. They have two different supply points. There's a drop right here. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful where we set the prices for the specific good, or else there's going to be an excess of supply, which we don't want from the company's perspective. This is something that we must avoid at all costs as we're trying to maximize our profits. Then we have excess demand. As I showed in the example of the shoes, right here we set the price point too low. So when we set the price point too low, of course there's going to be an excess in the quantity demanded. And we can't meet that quantity demanded. So this is another issue which we face, which we don't want to face as we can't provide for the consumer's needs. So these three graphs are extremely important as they demonstrate the three different, this one demonstrates the baseline, but these two demonstrate the different occurrences which may occur when trying to find an equilibrium. It's always important to match the quantity demanded with the supply that we provide. So now we're going to move forward. Formulas. So there's not really a specific formula because this is all based on the prices and quantity of a specific good. So I'm actually going to retrack and go back to this graph. As we see, there's formulas here provided for each graph. So here they give the example of 1,800 in quantity minus 20p. So 20p is the price being used. So we have to realize that the formula is always going to shift in relation to the quantity or to the price which are being given for any product. So this is the formula that is typically used as we see in both graphs. However, this is all open to change depending on the quantity that's being demanded and the supply that the company is providing. So now moving forward. So this is very concise, but our references is the one being provided by the lesson on supply and demand by market equilibrium. So this is a great source. I highly recommend it, and thank you so much for listening to me speak about market equilibrium in this oral reassessment. Have a great day.